Morning. We're back at her. It's time to get things going. And we've got three interesting matchups in the league tonight. Only one team below 500, thanks to those rascally 3-point games. Or is it? No, not really. These are all teams that are off to decent starts, with the exception of the New York Rangers. But it's not as bad as it has been, and I'll get to that. Buffalo. Buffalo is an enigma right now. They're 4-4, and are they good? Or are they not good? Or where are they at? And they're in against Anaheim. Anaheim coming off of a game last night where, let's be honest, John Gibson was the man. So I will assume that Ryan Miller's can be a net. In fact, let me double check something. Nope, no starting goalies confirmed yet. All right, so let's go ahead and get to her. The 4-4 Buffalo Sabres are in against the 5-2-1 Anaheim Ducks. And this is going to be interesting. If the Buffalo can win this game, then they legitimately are starting to look like they could be a playoff team. Winning games on the road in California is never easy unless you're in LA, and at least this year. And for Anaheim, this is another test for them to make sure they're not going to fall right back down. Eichel, 3 goals and 5 assists, leads the Buffalo Sabres with 8 points. Skinner, thanks to that hat trick, 4 goals and 2 assists for him. Sherry, 3 goals and an assist. Pominville, 2 goals and 2 assists. Easy for me to say. McCabe, a goal and 2 assists. Dahlin, a goal and 2 assists. Rodriguez with 3 assists. And Okposo with 3 assists. Among others, like Kristalainen has 3 assists. On the Anaheim side of things, Silverberg still leads the way. 3 goals and 4 assists for him. Lindholm, 2 goals and 5 assists. Comtois, 2 goals and 4 assists. Street, yeah, he wants to stay on this list. 3 goals and 2 assists. He feels good being in their top 8. Henrique, 3 goals and 2 assists. Kessler, 3 goals and an assist. Raquel, 1 goal, 3 assists. And Cogliano with a goal and 3 assists as well. So, those are your scoring guys. And what about your goaltending guys? Well, Olmark now has a 0.5 goals against. Not bad. 982 save percentage. Also not bad. Hutton probably gets the start since Olmark started yesterday. Hutton, 3.33 goals against. 906 save percentage. I'll put that on him. On the Anaheim side of things, Ryan Miller, former Buffalo goaltender, probably gets the start today. 1.52 goals against and a 946 save percentage, which is just nothing compared to Gibson's 949 save percentage. But his goals against a 1.52 is much better than the pedestrian 1.91 put up by Gibson. Have I mentioned how solid their goaltending is? No? Yeah? All right. Special teams. Buffalo's power plays at a clip of 13.3%. Their penalty kill at 69.2 for a total of 82.5. And anything below 100, you got to get it up there. If it's over 100, you're doing pretty good. On the Anaheim side of things, 25% power play, 81.5% penalty kill for a total of, 106.5. Last year, on this date, so before the game started, Buffalo was 2-5-2 in their 9 games. Right now they're 4-4. Anaheim was 3-3-1 through their first 7. They're 5-2-1 on this date this year. So they're both playing better than they did to start last season. And I think both fan bases have reason to be at least mildly excited about how things are going so far. Next up, this is kind of the game of the day. Chicago wants to prove themselves again. What better way to prove yourself than against one of the powers of the East in Tampa Bay? Tampa Bay 4-1-1, Chicago 4-1-2. Chicago gets their first win in regulation yesterday, and now they're looking to make it 2 in a row in 2 days. Scoring wise, on the Tampa Bay side of things, it's an oddity seeing Gourde with 3 goals and 4 assists at the top of the list, but for now he's their top scorer. Miller, two goals and 4 assists. Point, 4 goals and an assist. Johnson, 3 goals and 2 assists. Kucherov with a goal and 4 assists. He's overdue for a breakout. Palat with 4 assists. Stamkos and Strawman both have a goal and 2 assists for the Tampa Bay Lightning. So Stamkos has started putting up a point here, goal there. He's got to kick it into the next gear. Chicago, DeBrincat leads the way for them with 7 goals and 4 assists. Kane also has 7 goals and 4 assists. Taves, 5 goals and 5 assists for him, now in 7 games. Schmaltz with 5 assists so far. Be nice to see him pot a goal. Yoki Haru is still with 5 assists. Seabrook a goal and 3 assists. Gustafsson a goal and 3 assists. Duncan Keith, honorable mention with 4 assists on the board as well. Louis Domingue on the Tampa Bay side of things has a 2.00 goals against and a 950 save percentage. Vasilevsky, a pedestrian by comparison, 2.16 goals against and a 933 save percentage. They've both played pretty well. On the Chicago side of things, it is a tale of 2 goaltenders, one the best of times and one the worst of times. The worst of times, Ward 4.06 goals against with an 879 save percentage. And Crawford, the best of times, 2.05 goals against, 941 save percentage. And there's been no confirmation of which goaltender is going to start for either team. Tampa Bay special teams are still excellent. 24% power play, 100% penalty kill, 124 overall. On the Chicago side of things, 8.7% power play, 71.4% penalty kill, and 80.1% overall. Now, the fact that you got Tampa at 100% on the penalty kill and Chicago at 8.7% on the power play, I'll bet you Chicago gets a couple of power play goals today. That's just the way it works. At this point last year, on this date last year, Tampa Bay had a record of 7-1-1. On this date last year, Chicago had a record of 5-2-2. So they're not far off from where they were last year at this time. Of course, Chicago missed the playoffs, in large part due to the injury to Crawford. And of course, Tampa went on to win the East. And then they were out in the third round, but pretty solid record last year, pretty solid record this year, and we'll see where they go from here. But that's, in my eyes, probably the game of the night. And last but not least, Calgary, 4-3. They're in against the New York Rangers, who are 2-4-1. And the Rangers are a curious case. Is this full rebuild, or is there still hope? I think there's still hope, but I'm not sure where the goals will come from for that hope to be realized. On the Calgary side of things, they're scoring. Gaudreau and Tkachuk both have the lead with 3 goals and 7 assists. We expect it with Gaudreau. I think Tkachuk a little bit above his scoring grade. He's on pace right now for about 150 to 120 points. I don't think he's going to score that many. 80, if he scores 80, I think Flames management will do backflips for that. And I haven't heard anything about a suspension with him yet this year. So, hey, he's cleaning things up. Lindholm, 5 goals and 3 assists. He's been everything they hoped he would be. Everything that Carolina fans might have feared he would become. But he may not have done this in Carolina. This start for him with Calgary may just be he got traded to a new team and he wants to show his old team that he's better than what they thought. And maybe if he'd stayed in Carolina, that wouldn't have happened. Monahan, 4 goals and 3 assists. Giordano, a goal and 5 assists. Backlund, a goal and 3 assists. Brody and Stone both have 4 assists for the Flames. On the Rangers side of things, Kreider, 4 goals and 2 assists. He's their leading scorer, which is both good and problematic. He's a decent scorer, but he's not a go-to number 1 guy. Zuccarello with 5 assists. Why is that problematic? Because there's 0 goals to go with those 5 assists. Zibanejad, 2 goals and 2 assists. Howden, 2 goals and 2 assists. Fast with a goal and 3 assists. VC with 3 goals. Buchnevich with 2 goals and an assist. And Pionk with 3 assists. And I have said, and I continue to say, that if Zibanejad's going to be your top center, you're probably not going to end up being a playoff team. And I remember last year going through some unpleasant messages my way for that. But I still think that where the Rangers lack going forward, and where I'm curious, I know they have Anderson, I know they have Hedel, but I'm wondering if they need some Jack Hughes kid. They just, to me, feel like a team that really need that big superstar, and I don't think they have it yet. In net, Riddick is the likely starter. He has a 1.54 goals against, 941 save percentage. Smith, 3.38 goals against, 885 save percentage. Smith's been consistently inconsistent so far this season. On the Rangers side of things, Lundqvist has a 2.31 goals against, 930 save percentage. I'd be shocked if he doesn't start. The only other goaltender who's seen action is Georgiev at 7.24 goals against, 821 save percentage. Lundqvist may have to play 70 games this year. Could happen. Special teams, Calgary, 19.4% on the power play, 81.5% on the penalty kill for a total of 100.9. So that's right around the average. The Rangers, 18.2% on the power play, 69.6% on the penalty kill for a total of 87.8. So what's interesting with tonight's games is all 3 of them were featuring one team that's above 100 on their power play total, or on their special teams totals, and then one that's well below. So we'll see if this evens out. Again, they tend to even out. Last year, on this date, Calgary was 4-4. Right now they're 4-3. Of course, they missed the playoffs last season. The Rangers last year on this date were 2-5-2, and this year they're 2-4-1. So if they win tonight, they're ahead of last year's pace, which seems odd because I still remember the Rangers being pretty darn good not that long ago. But as long as you have Lundqvist in net, maybe you've got a shot. I mean, I don't know what shot I would give them right now, but maybe. So let me know what you guys think in the comments section below. As always, don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you again soon.